Okay, so what you want to do is go over to sources. See, it says sources here. Click add, and then you want to click display capture. Click OK. Now, most of the time you're only going to have one display. If you've got more than one monitor set up, you will have a couple of different options in there. So it will already be on the correct option for most people. Just make sure that is ticked. Capture cursor if you want to show your cursor. Right, click OK. And now what you will find is that you've got display capture. I've got two. I'm just going to delete one. Right, so right now I'm capturing my screen and I'm on Google Drive. Now let's just say you want to do slides. So I'm going to go to Google Slides. So go to drive.google.com and you use your Google account, and this will allow you to use PowerPoint slides. So now if I wanted to create a test slide, so I could just create slides, and when I'm done creating my slides, I can use OBS to display capture and record. So over here you'll see start recording, and that will actually record your screen. Right now you're seeing my OBS, but I'm going to get that out of the way and I'm just going to record my slides just to show you how it's done. Alright, so I'll go back over to my slide. Now normally, I would have 20, 30, 40 slides, something like that. I go to view and present. Now I just continue, I just do my presentation and the slides will be shown and my voice will be recorded. So that's how you do just normal slides. Now I just want to go over here. There's a couple of settings that I want you to have a look at. So down here, this is your microphone settings. So usually it will use the correct microphone, but you just want to check it. So click on the little settings cog, go into properties, and you'll see on here it'll say default. That's the one you want most of the time. If you wanted to use the microphone in your camera, for example, you could select that there. So I'm not going to make any changes there. The other thing is your desktop audio. So these are the sounds that your computer is making. So if you want to record those, which you probably do, then just go in there, properties, and just make sure that's on default as well. All right, so now what I wanted to quickly show you was how to record your camera. Right, so go over to your sources again. Now, I'm assuming you've got a web camera, or you've got a web camera on your laptop or whatever. If you've got a plug-in webcam as well, that's probably better, but you can do it either way. So in sources, you click the plus button and you want to put video capture device. Click OK. All right, so I've got two webcams. The one I want is this one here. So I'm going to select that one. All right, so here I am. All right, so now I've got the camera showing, and I can drag that around. If I want to fill that out, you can drag that. All right, so what I wanted to show you was sometimes you want to just bring it in closer. If I drag this, it will shrink the whole thing. But if I click Alt button and Shift and then drag down with I click on the mouse, I can just bring it down like that, where I don't change the resolution of what's being recorded. I can just cut out the top, or I want to cut out here. So Alt and Shift, drag that in like that. All right, so let's go back to our slides now. Now, if I click on this and present my slides, I will have myself being visible in the bottom right corner where I put myself. I'll have myself visible in the bottom corner, and I can present my slides and I'm on camera. Right, so that's one way. Now the next way is if you wanted to actually block out the background. Now you'll notice I've shot behind I've got a green screen behind me. Now, if you want to do this, you'll need to have a green screen set up and you'll need to have really good lighting. So there are some eBay kits that you can get which work great and they're cheap. Probably I think maybe $100, something like that. I'll put a picture up of one that get on eBay, and I think this is the one that I actually got. All right, now, so this is if you want to. Now, I'm trying to keep everything minimal. You don't need to do green screen. I want you to get that out of your head. When you're starting out, I recommend you don't spend money on anything, okay? So we're doing everything for free on this course, but I know that some of you will ask, how do I do, the green screen? So what you do is, I've got my lights on, okay? So the lights are on, I'm all lit up. That's great. I've got a green screen behind me. So you select your source, so the video capture source, and then right click, go into filters, and down here are effect filters. I'm just going to drag that down a bit. So click on the plus button and look for chroma key. All right, so that's cutting out the background, and you can adjust the settings. If this wasn't cutting out everything nicely, I would need to adjust the settings. It looks pretty good, except for this up in the top corner, but we don't have to worry about that because that's not going to show, because we can drag our little box like I showed you previously. All right, so click close if you like the look of that. All right, see, that looks fine. That's correct. So now if I go back to my slides and click present, it looks a bit more professional. I'm just down in the corner. The back screen is gone.